Oh, something new today. I installed the stickers. By law here in Calgary, one should be on the passenger side in the lower corner on the windshield, and in the back it's also in the lower corner, but you cannot see it, but it's on the driver's side. It's on this side. And why I hold on, let me turn the wheel here. Why I finally attached them is because today, I think, today I got my I got an email from at like 8:30 in the morning. I got an email from City of Calgary saying that, it's like automatic email, here's your license. And Lyft would not allow me to, when I got the license from the city, Lyft would not allow me to upload it or take a picture. So I had to wait like 3 days till Lyft received it directly from licensing department of the city of Calgary. But Uber is different. Uber, that TNDL section was still kind of like red, was the only issue left apparently for me to start driving and taking rides, right? And so I got this email today, and so I asked my boss at work, I said, could you please print out this attachment, because it was a PDF attachment. And he said, yeah, no issue, no problem. So he printed it out, and then I picked it up. Man, sorry, my face looks a bit funny. It's because I'm trying a new moisturizing cream. Never used a cream in my whole life, but my skin is so dry after too much coffee during 17 years as a trucker, so I gotta do something, about all these wrinkles, because I look like I'm 62 years old. So anyway, so I printed out the TNDL, which is just like a letter, exactly the same content as, I think the number is different, the number of the license is different, and then it says, we understand you are affiliated with. On the Lyft letter, it said Lyft. On this one, it says Uber. You're affiliated with Uber. And so right away, I opened the Uber app, took a picture of this, and for a couple of hours, it was saying in review, and then boom, I got a email from Uber. Congratulations, welcome basically to the family. Click the go button to go online. You're good to go. Everything is cool. And then I decided just to see what's going to happen. No, wait, I don't think did I try it? Actually, no, I didn't even push the button because I could see there was some red flags in there. It says your vehicle is not eligible to be operated in Calgary. Choose the eligible vehicle. Like, what? I just got the license from the city of Calgary, which allows me to carry passengers, right? So I started chatting with the support. They said, well, you probably try to sign out and reinstall the app. I did that, signed out, deleted the app. Now, actually, before I just tried to update it. Nothing changed. For a few minutes, the red area disappears. And there's a go button. Basically, you're ready to go online, but as soon as I click it, that a red warning appears again. Your vehicle is not eligible to be operated in Calgary. Like, what? So I chatted with support, and then finally they said the issue is resolved. And so I attached the stickers, came home, got fuel, cleaned up the car, attached the stickers, took a shower, paid my property tax online. Almost the entire thing I owe, and I'm happy. I'm thinking, okay, so now I'm gonna start Lyft, and I'm gonna start Uber, and I'm gonna sit at home, because this area where I live, lots of people actually take taxis, but as I mentioned before, few people order food, and so Uber Eats and DoorDash is dead in this area, but taxis still work. And so I started Lyft, and clicked the Uber button. And right away it gives me the same message. So I started chatting with support, and hold on, what I cannot go back to that screen, sorry, because I'm recording. But basically They tried to escalate the matter, and the agent I was chatting with said, okay, I'm going to give it to another department. And those guys actually sent me an email, which they never do, but they sent me an email and they said, either your trip settings or your vehicle settings are not compatible with Calgary. What trip settings? I don't have any special trip settings. I just opted out of food deliveries, and I said I'm only interested in a ride share, which is carrying passengers. I don't want to do food delivery with Uber anymore because it's all cheap, and 9 out of 10 I had to decline because it was like $3 for 50 kilometers, stuff like that. And so trip settings are fine. I confirmed this actually earlier with another agent. She says, oh yeah, because you're not even registered for food deliveries anymore. You only ride share. And then vehicle settings. What vehicle settings? I click on documents under my account. Documents, everything is fine, right? Documents completed. Everything is green. Check mark. I click on vehicle. At the top says ready to go. And then I try to adding another vehicle. I wanted to add the same vehicle, but then it starts asking me again for certificate of insurance, registration. I said, no, that's not the proper way. So I deleted that kind of like draft. And so now I'm sitting, I did my first passenger, and I recognize the name because this girl, I brought her here to the same area like maybe a week ago, and she lives like 1 kilometer away from me. So I was sitting at home while I'm chatting with Uber. Lyft, gave me a beep, and I see, it's not a lot of money, but I don't care. I just need to keep rolling. And basically now I think they expect 3,000 fly-ins, like passengers at the airport, and there was only like 10 people sitting there from Lyft. So I think I'll just drive west. It's about 7 clicks. And go sit in that queue. Because one of the advice, another piece of advice one of these support guys gave me, he says, maybe the app does not, because I'm actually, pretty far, right? I'm in northeast Calgary, almost on the outskirts of the city. And he says, try getting closer to more populated area, but the message I get specifically says your vehicle is not eligible to operate in Calgary. So it knows I'm in Calgary, but I don't know. I hope that if I go to the airport, and usually you get a ride going somewhere downtown, I try to see what happens with that Uber app. But it's just nothing but problems. I cannot believe this. And I started the setup. I started sending them documents on May 1st. It took so long that even my driver's abstract expired because they only want 30 days old abstracts, right? So I had to go and get another driver's abstract because Uber takes so long. So it's kind of like a nightmare with Uber, I'm telling you. So no email, except now they send me an email. Okay, I tried to answer. I don't know if it's going to work, but they don't give you any email addresses, no phone numbers. That virtual green whatever thing, hub, doesn't work. So the only way to talk to them is chat. And I think with Lyft, I didn't have to chat a single time with support. I downloaded the app, I went through the checklist, gave them all the documents. Then the city of Calgary sent me the license. I waited probably 3 days for Lyft to receive it directly from the city of Calgary, and that's it. They sent me a welcome email, just like what Uber did, and now I've been doing Lyft for like 2.5 weeks now. It's just next week. It's a big event. It's Stampede. There's gonna be lots of events. It's gonna be crazy busy for taxi. I really was hoping I can get Uber to increase my, chances with picking up passengers, because I just did this short, maybe like 7 kilometers around with this lady, and now I'm sitting here. I've been sitting here probably 15-20 minutes. Nothing is happening. Even though this area shows as green, because you can click on wait times and it shows you how long you have to wait where, and basically green is good, a red is bad. A red means that it'll take a long time to get a ride, a passenger. And so I think now I'll go to the airport, just drive over and sign up to that queue and see what happens over there. Oh, and I'll check Uber. I'll keep checking Uber, see if that message disappears. Ineligible vehicle. I still think it's maybe because it's early, right? Because Lyft took 3 days to kind of like recognize my TNDL, right? Whereas with Uber, I just got it this morning, right? And they reviewed it, but maybe they're waiting for TNDL from the city of Calgary. So I think I don't want to have a heart attack, so I'm gonna give them like a couple of days. But I'll be checking Uber in different parts of the city to see if it helps if I'm in some populated area. I also restarted my phone thinking that might help, and I deleted the app actually a couple of hours ago. I deleted the app completely. I reinstalled the new one, signed in, and still that thing persists. So I don't know how all these Uber guys getting Uber, and a lot of them don't even speak English, I'm having lots of trouble with Uber, as you can tell. Well, sitting in a rich area where houses are the size of small airplanes, and this was my third ride. So the first one was the lady who works as supervisor at Amazon. I took her to her friend's house, about 7 clicks. And then right from that area, there was a guy going to his friend's house to play video games. And I asked him, what do you do for a living? He said, I'm a supervisor at the subway. And at first I thought he meant like transit, like transport. I said, you mean like a railroad or something? He says, no, subway, sandwich shop. I said, oh, my bad. And then I was only a few clicks away from the airport. So yeah, basically after I stopped that video and I started driving towards the airport, that's when my phone beeped and it says, your customer is 100 meters ahead of you. So basically on the same road which I was taking to get to the airport, this guy just booked a taxi and I was right there. And so yeah, I took him to his place, to his friend's place. And then from there, it was still on the way. I went to the airport and keep trying with Uber. Nothing works. I tried again, chat support. So reinstalled, installed, talked to a guy over there. There was an Uber guy next to me, but he did not know much. I said, how long did you wait before you get your license and before Uber approved you? And half an hour or half a day, I don't remember. And what's funny is that I did receive the email like welcome, hey Sergei, welcome. Your account has been approved. Click here to start taking rides. And as soon as I click that one, it takes me to the app. And the app looks fine. Go button is green. As soon as I click that go button, it gives me that BS message that my vehicle is not licensed to operate in Calgary, which basically clearly means that for some reason, even though I sent them the license, TNDL, and it shows green, confirmed, completed, for some reason the system does not see my license. So they think that I don't have a license, Whereas, yeah, before it was saying, upload your TNDL, upload your license. Okay, I did that this morning, right? And now it says your vehicle is not eligible. So anyway, I'm going to give it a couple of days. See what happens, because yeah, like I said, with Lyft it was the same thing. After the license was issued, it took a couple of days, I think 2 or 3, for Lyft to finally. But Lyft, didn't send me a welcome email before I was eligible to drive. They only sent it to me like after 3 days. That's when they said, okay, you're good to go. Like these idiots say I'm good to go. They send me stickers, and which I was foolish enough to already attach to my car, and I cannot go. So and the third passenger, so yeah, I went to the airport, probably waited there maybe 40 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes it says, I started, it was like 16 to 20 people ahead of you, then it was 10 to 16, and then finally 1 to 6. And that 1 to 6 was there for like half an hour, because the rate before it was like 14 rides per hour, and then the rate keeps dropping, 10, 8. And I think by the time I got an offer, it was 7, rides per hour. And actually, I didn't even get an offer. It was a flash, like a ride request, the one that they send out to all drivers. So it was like 16 bucks, of course, Canadian, for a total of 22 kilometers. But it was, I didn't have anything better, so I clicked match, and then it said matches in progress, because somebody else could have pushed the button, right? Whoever does it sooner gets this ride. And then success, it says, go there. Arrivals, door 15, which means that it's from US. And I picked up a beautiful young lady and took her 22 kilometers to this area, helped her with the bag. But so far, so out of 3 rides today, I didn't get a single dollar in tips, even though I was trying to be friendly, helpful. Like, this lady had a very heavy suitcase. I put it in the back and then grab it when we came to the place. So no gratuities today, no Uber. And I thought I had Uber, so I took out my DoorDash bag. Sometimes a situation like this, like no Lyft, right? Let's say when I only had Lyft. So no Lyft, then I check my DoorDash, see if there's maybe, because I'm pretty much, in central Calgary. This here, these guys usually give good tips, the rich people, for food, not for taxi. I don't know what's the big deal. Like, why is they don't see the value in a taxi service, but they see the value in the food service. Like, when you bring the food to their door, they tip you. You bring them to their door, they don't tip you. Interesting, like, it's the way the psychology works. So yeah, and it's already 10 or 8:15. Usually I wrap around this time because, I worked 8.5 hours at my main job, and now 5 to 8 here, so it's a very long shift, but, it helps that I took a shower, or use this cream. Actually, I think it's working, helps moisturize your skin, I like it. It was like $9 a can on Amazon, $9 Canadian. So I bought 2. And the guy left it at my door. Nobody stole it. I love my building. We have very friendly and law-abiding neighbors in my in my building. If this was Bronx, somebody would have stole that cream and resold it on the street. So anyway, and then, yeah, I thought I was in good area here because it shows me waiting times around me, like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 9 minutes. Then all of a sudden, the 2 zones disappeared, only 1 was left, and time started increasing. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So before I started the video, I clicked the zones, which ones are green, which ones are red. And my zone used to be green just 10 minutes ago. Now it's basically bare, like regular map. And the downtown, just slightly north, shows all red, which means like long waiting times. But I might go north, like on the other side of downtown. Going north, that area showed green. So basically, that's what I did yesterday. I started driving slowly back home, and I got one guy with a twisted ankle who couldn't walk, and he was like 2 kilometers away from his home, and I got $5 for picking him up right where I was and taking him to his apartment building. So I'll just start driving slow. I find that when you are on the freeway, like when you're driving fast, like 100 kilometers an hour, Lyft doesn't get enough time to give you a run. A couple of times they give me something and I already passed that exit. I don't want to do a U-turn, Once I was like 100 meters away from the exit, and they gave me an offer, and I was able to take that exit. But I think when you're driving on city streets, it's perfect. You're driving slow, they see you in that area, they can give you a run, So probably that's what I should do. So the plan is to get home at least by 9 and get ready for tomorrow Tomorrow is Thursday, July 4th. But it's not a holiday in Canada, but it's a big holiday in the States. And I think there'll be more airport arrivals because Americans go on the holiday. So probably like a long weekend for them, right? So a lot of Americans will be coming here for Stampede. So I really wanted to have Uber available, for this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So definitely tomorrow I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna come home, take a shower, and grab something to eat, clean up the car, and try my luck again. So today, I was not very good. So what is it? $25 I made so far, and I had to buy gas because my gas was set. The range was like 116 kilometers left. So I probably spent like $70 on gas, but now I'm good for probably 2-3 days. But it's still okay, like for the week, Monday, Tuesday, and today, it shows I already made gross $150, and so if I do 200, 300, 400 over the weekend, that's it all adds up. So this is not my main job, right? It's just my side gig. So 400 or 500 a week is I'm pretty happy with. Well, it's Friday. I brought a change of clothes to work because this is like the first weekend of the Stampede in Calgary, and I was driving around downtown yesterday, and saw a lot of, this morning I already saw lots of companies have barbecues, cookouts out front in the morning. Like it's this week is gonna be super busy. There's lots of tourists, and so after work I finished at 4 o'clock today. Thanks goodness I washed up in our bathroom and changed into my civilian clothes and clean up the car. I bought some wipes, like everything is super clean, smells nice. And I started in the Calgary North, but there was nothing there, and the airport was only like 5 kilometers away. So I checked how many rides per hour Lyft was offering, and it was like 14, but the amount of drivers were only 1 to 5. That's what they never give you the exact number. They just say 1 to 5, which is very little. And also the app said they expected 5,000 passengers to fly in the next 2 hours. So needless to say, I just drove here 5 kilometers from where I started the app, and I think I waited like 10 minutes, and they gave me a run. So from arrivals, and now I know how to tell, like when you click directions, it tells you arrivals and door number, or departures door number. So this time it was arrivals .12, and so I started driving, and now we have all kinds of bonuses. There's like 40% turbo bonus, and also the app said if I take this ride, if I accept this ride, the next one they'll put me ahead of the queue if I return to the airport, which I never saw before. And so I went over there, picked up a family from UK, like husband and wife and their kid, lots of bags. We managed to squeeze everything, and they rented a B&B, Airbnb, like 7 kilometers away. So I took them there. I think it was like $17. Didn't see a tip yet, but sometimes they do it later. And then the app told me that if I return to the airport again, I will skip the queue. So like basically now I'm number one in queue, just waiting for a run. And again, it's like 14 rides an hour, 5,000 passengers flying in the next 2 hours. So I feel hopeful. But for now, it's 10 to 6, and I started I think at like 5 or so, or 4:45. So I only did one run with this UK family. I basically then drove back to the airport, and now I'm sitting in the same parking lot here. So the airport is over there, just 1 kilometer away, and we're sitting and we are waiting. So ideally I want to get something going downtown, because then it should be much more money, and also there's all these bonuses right now. But this is a great day to be lifting or Ubering. And yeah, Uber is still nothing. I keep checking the app, still, contact support, cannot go online. And support told me, right, just let it sit. It takes a while for the system to basically understand that I'm all ready. They keep sending me these emails like, welcome, are you ready for your first ride? Because from the paperwork standpoint and all these inspections, I'm all ready, I'm all done. It's just their system, if something is wrong with their system, it takes forever to recognize a new driver. And so they told me don't bother them until July 12th. They said if you cannot do your first ride with Uber before July 12th, let's say July 12th rolls over and I still cannot work, then they say give us a call or chat with support again. So yeah, Uber is just so disappointing, So for now I only do Lyft, and of course it's cheaper, so I make less money than somebody who has Uber app working. But what do you do? Just learn to roll with the punches, right? So I waited probably 15 minutes for my ride, and then it was again arrivals door 12, same as ride number 1. And my ride number 2 was a young lady in a pilot uniform. And I'm not an expert on uniforms, so I didn't want to offend her. So I said, are you a pilot or a flight attendant? She says, a pilot. Wow. So I'm telling you, with this job, you meet all kinds of super cool people. We started chatting, and she came right to downtown. This is 16th Ave. So I just dropped her off behind here, and we are smacking downtown. And the app says that I should get another ride within 5 minutes. So while I'm waiting, so I wanted to say, so I asked the lady, I said, how long did it take you to get to this, flying this 777 Boeing? And she says she did her private license when she was in high school, which took 6 months. And then she says she took a 2-year program at the university, and that's it. So basically, all in all, it's kind of like a driver. So first she became like a regular car driver, and then she upgraded her license. But of course, 2 years. You don't go to a trucking school for 2 years. But again, I was surprised. I thought it would take like 5 years to be trained as a pilot. No, she said 2 years. It was a 2-year program, and I don't know. She looked like she was 25, 27 years old. She was already flying 777, Boeing, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, hopefully I'll get something from here going up, because the city map is busy. I see some bonus areas, where they pay you $3, $5. I think I got $6 extra. There was a bonus from the airport, and also there was a turbo 40%, which also helps a lot. I think now we're down to 30%. So basically, you get a 30% bonus on top of the base pay. But out of these 2 passengers, one is the UK family coming in, right, and the other one is this lady pilot. 0 tips. Well, it's 7:30, and I checked when I drop off that pilot lady. It was 20 to 7. So I've been sitting here for 50 minutes, and I did miss two offers, but they were one of those flash offers that are sent out to everybody, and I thought I could get something better. So one was, I believe, $13 going north towards Nose Hill Park, and the other one was just $7 going to like eastern part of downtown. And I should have taken the first one, but again, I thought I would, you know, there's Thompson Park behind me, there's 17 Ave on my left, half a block away, and you would think that, you know, on a Friday night like this, something would happen, but this is not the first time I get stuck in downtown, you know. I'm guessing it's too early, so now it's 7:30. I'm guessing people are still drinking and boozing and having dinner. So like my hope would be to pick up somebody here that's staying at a hotel near the airport, you know. And then I can go back to the airport because there's still flights are coming in. This airport is busy. But nothing's happening. So I'm gonna wait 7 more minutes, which would make it 1 hour since I've been here. So if I don't get anything within the next 7 minutes, I already plotted the route back to my home, and it's taking me through actually good areas, like it's sending me on highway on 14th Street North, and then 64 on McKnight, but basically kind of like around downtown, and that's what I wanted to do, you know. Sometimes when you sit, nothing happens, and as soon as you start moving, they can give you a ride. And so I'm not leaving right away. I'm just gonna slowly start making my way towards my home, and hopefully I'll get something on the way. And there's another Uber guy just parked behind me, so it looks like it should be a good area, because I know on 17 Ave here to my left there's like 1,000 restaurants, you know. But at 7:30 it's probably still too early for most people, you know, to go home. It's just unbelievable. Like Friday Stampede night, and I cannot get anything from downtown. Well, again, because it's Lyft. Lyft is not as busy as Uber, and I checked again, signed out, signed back in into Uber. We still have a problem. They don't allow me to carry passengers, even though everything is done. The license has been received. So yeah, if I had Uber, I'm pretty sure I would have had a passenger by now.